So I just finished batch creating a whole bunch of content. I'm talking like 10 videos back to back to back, like long YouTube videos. And I am exhausted. And I'm just going to kind of show you how I take care of myself after I batch create a whole bunch of content. So this is very low level. This is like the acoustic version of our videos. You're sitting on one of my desks right now. You're at a weird angle. I have one little pocket light on so you can see me without being pixelated. And I'm sitting here and I'm transferring video that I shot from my phone over to my computer. And I'm doing it one at a time because the files are so large, because today I was educating on shooting content with what you have. So I was proving a point by filming a bunch of content on my phone. So sometimes I'll use my vlogging camera, sometimes I'll use my photography camera, sometimes I use my phone. I have a variation of what I use to create content for you guys. And this is what it looks like after the fact. You can tell I'm very exhausted. So I'm actually an introvert. You wouldn't know it by my extroverted tendencies and the way I talk and the way I'm on stage and all of those things, but I am very much an introvert. I get drained when I am in public and when I'm interacting with people. And even though I'm in my room, I'm in my teeny tiny corner here filming, and I'm not in front of people, that is still that engagement. That's still those conversations, even though those people are not in the room with me. So I am very, very drained right now. So once I finish my batch creation, I make sure I go through my list. So I list everything out. I script like the points that I want to say if it's a video that needs multiple points. Otherwise, I just have like the titles and the concepts, and I'll go through those. I double check my list of things that I have done to make sure I've done everything that I need to. And when I get to the point where I feel like I'm just tired, I don't want to do any more of this, I make sure I have enough of what I need, because usually I create extra on the list, because if I'm feeling good, I'm still doing strong, it didn't take me too long to do some of the others, I have the time and the capacity to do it, I'll film extra. But I always make sure I get through what I absolutely have to. And then I will shut down all of my stuff. So I'll turn off the camera source, I'll turn off the lights behind me, I'll move all the equipment out of the way because it literally blocks my path. Right now I'm working in a corner, so I've got two tables kind of almost touching, and it just is a little path to walk through. And I will then be able to get out. I move my technology and I start the process of transferring my content over to my computer, be it from my computer or be it from my camera or my phone or my computer. Sometimes I use my computer as my source if I'm doing like screen recordings and things. And so I will, as I start the process, usually doing one file at a time, unless it's from a camera, which I can then move it all over, I will go get myself a drink. So I always have water, so I'm hydrating in between filming, but then I go get food. Because when I do things, my blood sugar tends to crash a little bit. And so I will go get something to eat. It doesn't have to be big. It could be just like a roll. It could be like a little piece of candy, just fruit. I love fruit in between these things, blueberries and strawberries and things. Anything just to kind of stabilize my body out. And then I will come back over. I'll see my dogs, of course. Usually they're very good about waiting for me. And so the second they see me shut certain things down, I stop the cameras, I do the lights, I move in any capacity that's not just like right here. They know mommy's done, so they'll come over and see me. I'll take care of them. Then I'll go get myself a little bit of food. I'll come back and I'll continue my transfer. I'll make sure I'm continuing to hydrate, and then I'm checking up on what I missed, because when I batch create, I miss stuff. I miss my text messages and my emails and my social media. So I have to go in and immediately address any of those things, because I usually record for an hour, 2 hours at a clip. And that way I can stay up to date on things, or if people need me or whatever happened, I can handle whatever. So that's kind of my decompression time. I grab the food and the water. I take care of my puppies. If they have to go outside, I'll walk them. Today it's raining, so that's kind of a wait until they ask situation. And then I'll go through and I'll decompress by dealing with anything I need to handle. And then I can just kind of sit here and relax for a minute physically while then I use the opportunity usually to go through my social media and just see what people are posting, what's going on. I allow myself to not really check out, but check out a little bit. I don't have to think about responding. I can just see what people are creating. I can kind of rejuvenate my battery by getting other people's creativity in front of me. I can then work on ideas. If I come up with an idea, I can kind of do whatever comes naturally for a few minutes. I don't really take a ton of time to decompress after these things because there's always a lot to do, but I am being mindful and I'm paying attention to what is happening with my body and how I can then work with that. So I want to make sure that I am taking really good care of myself, because if I burn myself out, that's never going to suit me. It's never going to work for me. And I'm not going to be able to do what I need to do for you guys. So with that in mind, I usually take like 5 minutes and go through all of the things that I missed, and I'll take another 5 or 10 minutes, usually the length of the transfer. So whatever I have to do to transfer the data over to my computer so I can work with it, I kind of allow that as unstructured time, I'll call it, and I can do whatever I need to do to make it work properly so that I have the ability to kind of fix my batteries just a little bit. And then once those files are over there, then I am classifying them into the folders that they go into. So I do multiple YouTube channels, multiple TikToks, so I'm dragging them into folders. I pay attention to what video is what, and I'll label them with a title if I have a title written out, or a subject line, topic line, if I don't have a title already created for it, so that I know inside of the folders what video is what, so I know what order to edit those things in. And then from there, I can move back into my work once I've kind of perked up a little bit, because boy, because it really takes it out of you when you are talking and when you are creating content and when you are in front of an audience and you're having those conversations, even if it's a one-sided conversation with a camera where the person who's going to be receiving that conversation is going to see it at a later point in time. So I highly recommend that you do have some sort of a process or some sort of a plan for handling that decompression after you are going through your batch creation, because it really can wear you out and take a lot out of you. And it takes you out of your flow, out of the cycle of the day, out of all of the things that you're typically doing. So you got to kind of plan for that a little bit. My videos are almost transferred. We're finishing just that last video right there. And we're going to pop that over to the computer. I'm actually going to go and set up my files right now because most of them have come through. So all my folders are ready to go. And I am going to do some really cool things for the 3 YouTube channels in the next week or so. We got a lot of really cool stuff coming out. So drop your questions on batch creation, on how I, as an introvert, function in an extroverted world as a business owner of multiple businesses. And I will see you in the upcoming episodes as we continue to help you navigate the world of your online business and how you can thrive without burning yourself out. We'll see you then.